With the term cone of vision, we define a space inside our perspective drawing, and that will guarantee that whatever we put inside this cone will look visually believable because it will not have strong perspective distortions. Everything outside the cone of vision will be heavily distorted and thus will look less believable. So we can start with putting down a line, and this is, for example, our horizon line. I can mark a midpoint, and around this midpoint I will create a circle. I will make the circle a little bit smaller so it fits a little bit better on the page. Now this circle, that is actually our cone of vision. So everything that we will put into the circle will look okay. Everything that gets closer to the corner will start to look a little bit different. Everything outside the corner really will look distorted. So let's take a look at how this works. Here we have actually our left vanishing point, and here we have our right vanishing point. Okay. Let's put down a rectangle. I will start on the left vanishing point, quickly put down a line, go to the right vanishing point, put down another line, and I will stop here for the moment. This is actually very important because those are your two lines. You want the angle between these two lines always to be equal to bigger 90 degrees. When actually the angle gets smaller, you will have a stronger distortion and the piece will be actually outside the cone of vision. So let's actually finish this rectangle there. This will just be a quick rectangle, not a proportional square. And there we are. This looks actually pretty good. So let's put down another rectangle. And this time I will actually get it very close to the cone of vision. Maybe like this. There's my other edge there. I will only sketch the line I need. There. And maybe let's decide on the size. There. Okay, good. And let's compare. You can actually already see that the corner between this line and this line, so the angle, is kind of like 90 degrees. Here and here, it's a little bit bigger. And if we compare the angle between these two lines, you will see it's much bigger than 90 degrees. So that means that the closer two lines intersect in regards to the horizon line, the bigger the angle will be. And the further two lines intersect away from the horizon line, so getting closer to the cone of vision, the smaller the angle will get. So you see this is pretty big, close to 90, this kind of like feels this is 90. So let's now create a rectangle that obviously is really outside the cone of vision. And I will place it somewhere down here. Say a line there, go to there, and here, there, another line there, and let's go back to there. Oh, this one moved a little bit there. Perfect. And there we can see that these two lines intersect outside the cone of vision, and this is actually now smaller than 90 degrees. And if you compare this rectangle to here, this still feels pretty good, but here you get the feeling actually that, how could I say that? Kind of like you're pulling the square towards you and you're stretching it. And that's basically what later will create then this perspectively distorted look to two-dimensional shapes, or in two-point perspective drawing also to your three-dimensional object. So let's go one extreme higher. I will actually push the rectangle really far outside, and I will draw it maybe like this there. So this edge, let's go over to this edge, and then there, and let's bring down another line for the last corner. Okay, there you can clearly see how this really feels very, very pulled, while this and this obviously looks pretty good. So this basically sums up the rule of cone of vision. Whatever you draw should be inside a cone, and if you don't see a cone, the rule is basically when you put down your first two lines, the angle should never be smaller than 90 degrees. And this way you make sure that kind of like you will remain inside the cone of vision.